Perfect. Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another session of the season of AI on a Sunday morning. We have a very special, young, talented leader joining us, Harshvardhan Rajoria, if I have pronounced it right, Harshvardhan Bajoria. Harshvardhan is amongst everything else works as a software developer SDE at Unstop, has been a GitHub campus ambassador and has amassed almost 6 to 7 Azure certifications. Harshvardhan, thank you for doing this for us. I'll make an exit. The screen is yours.
Thank you, Rohit. Thank you, Reskill, for giving me this opportunity and also for organizing it on a Sunday. So, hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about how you can create innovations using AI, using AI Studio in Azure, to be specific. And this will be containing a short demo also. So, please get ready with your laptops so that you can also learn and create something today while going back home. So the topic of today's session is AI innovation with Azure from concept to creation. Who am I? I'm an associate product manager at Unstop, MLSA Gold, GitHub Campus expert, 7 times Microsoft certified, which includes Microsoft certified educator, AI engineer, and data scientist. Google Cloud Digital Leader certified and founder of a community named the World. In case you wish to connect with me, you can just scan this QR code and connect with me over LinkedIn or Twitter, and I'll be more than happy to answer all your doubts or queries that you might have even after the session. Now, what are the prerequisites for today? Thinking that most of you would be students, you can either get your Azure for Students account that's completely for free. You don't require a credit card too, and you will get $100 of free credit. And in case you are a professional, you can just go to Azure and provide your details, and you will be getting some free services for over a month. Next, you need Python 3.6 and Visual Studio Code or GitHub Codespace. Now, you would be like Python 3.6 and VS Code or GitHub Codespace. Now, in case you don't know what is GitHub Codespace, we'll be covering that today also. And sadly, if you don't know, Mona Cat is sad, but it's okay. You can just scan this QR code if you are a student and get your GitHub student pack. This QR code will likely take you to a page where you just need to enter your educational details. They will verify it, and after verification, you can get tons of benefit out there, including Azure subscription. Now, what are learning objective for today? We'll learn how to set up a Flask development environment, how to use Flask to build a form, and create a translator service to translate text. Now you might say, okay, where is the AI Studio part? So let's keep it a mystery. Where is the AI Studio part? Let's keep it a mystery over there, and we will look into it a bit later. So what we'll be doing is exercise, set up a development environment, learn about Flask fundamentals because you would be creating a front end, so it can be using Flask or Streamlit, then create an application and then work on its translation part. So let's begin with the introduction. Are you ready? I hope you are, because I am really excited to get through all of this and then get you an app created in the end. So we'll be like creating an application with AI. You might think, okay, it involves a lot of coding. You require to build a model, test it, train it, and then get it done with your data. But is it so? Is it always necessary to do so? Think about it. No, it's not. It's not always necessary to create a complete web application using a lot of code. You can just create it using some pre-made APIs or tools that's out there, like Azure. Now, how to do that? But before doing that, let's set up our development environment so that we can get ready. So, for setting your development environment, you need to install Python, install VS Code, create a project directory, create a Python virtual environment, install Flask and other libraries. But I said that either Python and VS Code or GitHub Codespace. What did I mean? So let's get through it. So let's go to my GitHub. So if you don't know, in case, this is your GitHub dashboard, which you can see out there. We are going to have GitHub Galaxy coming soon also. Then let's go to the repository which I have created specially for this session. This is the repository. Don't worry, I'll be sharing the QR code and the links with you. And this is what we are going to create today. Everything is mentioned out there, like how to go about it, what are the things that's required, and with the help of MS Learn, we have created the resources. So I said GitHub Codespace, right? How you can get GitHub Codespace, and what is it? So it's like updated version of VS Code that's in your browser. But how? Let's click on Code, go to this option, and you can just create a new code space by clicking on this plus. And if in case you don't have this plus and you don't, it's not showing anything out here, it will show that create a new code space. Just click on it. In my case, I already have one open, so I'm just clicking on it. Once you click on it, it's going to set up your code space. Now, what is a code space? You will get it right now and it's loaded. I don't have to explain you right now. You will get it on your own once it's loaded. Just wait for a couple of seconds because something is running in the background. And what's that something? It's actually creating your development environment. So it's configuring all the prerequisite libraries already installed in your system. So yeah, Python is already getting installed in your system of CodeSpace. Now, what is a CodeSpace? CodeSpace is a virtual machine that's being created and set up for your use. I think it's taking a bit of time. Let me show you another way. So this was the browser way. It's taking a bit of time to get active. What you can also do is open it in Visual Studio Code. So when you click on open in VS Code, it will redirect and open it as a virtual machine in your VS Code. Now it's ready. Now it's completely like VS Code. When the browser version opens, you can just see it. It's completely like VS Code, completely similar. No change. Now you might say, okay, but I could have used VS Code directly then. Why GitHub Codespace? So GitHub Codespace we have used because it's easier to install it, easier to get through it, and then work around. And it's like a virtual machine, so you don't have to worry about the security concerns, and comes directly in your browser. So you can code anywhere, anytime, wherever you like. Cool. So we are ready with our application. Now installing the libraries. So in this particular repository, I've already, if you open the application, I've already created a file named requirements.txt where it has all the libraries that we require stored. Now what you need to do is just go to your terminal, click on new terminal, and type in pip3 install -r requirements.txt. So what it does is recursively run through with the help of -r to the requirements of txt file and installs each and every library for us. Okay, first you need to go to cd application and then run this because it's inside application folder. Done. So our requirements are ready. Now let's go back to the PPT. So now, okay, now things are ready. Flask we have installed, but what is it, Flask? What's this? So Flask Fundamentals is an open source web micro framework. Now you might be okay. What is web and micro framework? Open source, we get it. It's available. Its source code is available, and like developers from all around the world can make changes or can help it grow. But what is web micro framework? So micro framework, it means that it has all the elements that a web application needs to build up its different components. And it's micro because it comes in a very small package and you don't have to install much on your system. That's what Flask is. Now, this is a one more important concept before we move to the AI part of it. Um, in case you are new to web applications, you might have not gone through it, but in case you are already an expert or an intermediate, you would have gone through it. So it's like how you can respond to user requests with routes. So whenever something comes to the main page, it comes to route. Now just think of it like your location. So suppose you want to order a particular food. What will you do? You will go to that place, go scroll to Zomato, order it, and how will that thing know that okay you want to order it from that particular store? That's through route. So route can be seek like a URL. It's actually URL which acts like a location for the data that's kept in the server. Whenever you have that particular route, it shows you details of that particular component fetched like an HTML thing. As you can see, like suppose http://adventureworks.com, it shows you the main page, while this add with projects and widget goes to the widget page and cart switch by to complete a purchase. Similarly, we have two methods which are used commonly like get and post. Now, get and post is like it's not exactly that you can only get things using get and send data using post. It's both. So you can get small amount of data and send it across through get, and if you want to just encrypt it and send, you can use post and use the large amount of data. So regardless of the verb used, information can always be returned to the user with both the things, and you will see it how. So suppose there is a client and the server. In our case, what it will be like, if you see out here, okay, let's. So if you see it out here, it's you enter a text, you choose a language, and you click on translate. Simple. Now, comparing it with this, the client sends a user request form, which we saw right now via GET. It goes to the server. Server then sends the HTML form to the user, which you will like you saw right now. Enter the text, choose a language, and click on the translate button. So when the user clicks on the translate button, it goes to the results via post to the server, and the server then processes the information and shows you the translate text and sends the HTML content to the client. And this is what we'll be using today also. So yes, pay close attention to all of this. Now, you might ask me, okay, that's fine, but how is it that it's working? Means is it um, that we are going to write the code to translate the text? No, I said no. We are going to learn about Azure AI Studio, which will help you write the code yourself. We don't need this, and I hope you will get it that Flask is like Python because of things like this. And if I just go to the code of our today's session, it's just there in app.py. Templates contain the HTML content which will be fetched and sent. As you can see, it has a function named defindex which returns render template python index.html, and defindex post which gives you original text and then the target language and then sends you the same. So this is how it works. It has the target language parameter and then sends it out there. Now it has headers which you will be needing. Um, just give me a second. I'm just coming in a second. Yeah, sorry, I had to go just a minute. Yeah, so coming back to our session, this is how it works. And as you can see, the complete thing looks like Python. And it's actually Python. Python is just a micro web framework. So framework doesn't require explicit things. It's like you can use directly in top of a particular language. Now Flask works on top of Python, and as you can see, it's if you have the knowledge of Python, you can work it around. And mostly the application uses Python, so you don't have to get to anything extra for this. Now, going back to our presentation, you will say like, okay, Flask is like Python. That's cool. Now we don't need a knowledge check right now. And coming to our AI part. So we'll be using the translator service today. As I mentioned, you don't need to get through all of this all alone. Yes, you don't need. We'll be creating a translator service which will be part of cognitive service to translate to and from dozens of language. Now you might say, what is a cognitive service? What is an Azure? What is a portal? How do I work around? Let's go. So now the practical demo begins of AI Studio. First of all, what is an Azure portal? So if you just type portal.azure.com, you will be directed to the Azure portal. That's your go-to place for anything that you need out right now. So this is the Azure portal's homepage, and this is how it looks. Pretty simple. You can just check out your services out here, your resources out here, navigate to your subscription, resource group, resources, and get your dashboard. Now, how you can create services and resources, and what is a resource and service? So, if you click on create a resource, you will see tons of resources that's out there. You can get it through the categories. So, AI, machine learning, analytics, blockchain, anything that you can imagine of. And what is a resource? I hope you've got it till now. So resource is anything that's there available for you through Azure, and it can be your web app, it can be your function app, it can be your virtual machine, uh, compute, storage, database, anything that you can imagine of. Pretty simple, right? And if you want anything, just go to create, fill the things, and that resource is available for you as it's available generally out there. Nothing new. But what is Azure AI Studio? I don't have a slide for it, though. But I wanted to give you a practical demo about it so that you understand each and every service that's there by Azure AI Studio. So if I just go and type Azure AI Studio, it will bring you to this page which says ei.azure.com. So that was azure.portal.com. It's ei.azure.com, and that it's your place where you can find everything related to AI and get started with innovating. So if you just see this AI Studio, it first says Get started with Azure AI Studio. Some things to build your own AI assistant that's out there with OpenAI service. You might say, okay, OpenAI was by like ChatGPT uses it, and how is Azure coming with it? If you don't know, Microsoft and OpenAI are partners. So we have brought to you Azure OpenAI. You can use it all around. Experiment with prompts in the playground. Deploy large language models of your own, which are available using APIs. You can explore cutting edge models like this. Infuse your solution with AI services. So we have different AI services that's out there. Let's explore one by one. So coming to speech, you just click on the speech one, you'll get through it, and there are different things available. So there are voice galleries, you can get different voice of human like, analyze speech with generative AI, real-time speech to text, pronunciation assessments if you want to evaluate pronunciation and the speaker's feedback on the accuracy and fluency of the speech. You can get through this. There are other capabilities like, let's go and check it out. So if you just go to, it will take you to Speech Studio. So AI Studio has all the AI services. Then it's categorized into Vision Studio, Speech Studio, Vision. I hope you have got it. We'll go through it. Then Language Studio, Speech Studio, and many more. So this is the Speech Studio where you can get caption with speech to text, post call transcription analysis, live chat avatar, video translation, speech to text services, which does it in real time. You can also use Whisper model. Then, if you want to do it in batch, you can do it. If you want a custom one, it's there. Then, if you want translation of your speech, you can do it too. Pronunciation SMS, speech to text, then voice gallery, custom voice. All of this you can use for text to speech. So this was for speech to text. This is for text to speech. Next up, if you want your own voice assistant that can be created for your application, it's there. So this was all about Speech Studio. This covers all the speech part of it. But is there any more? Yes, we have Vision plus Document. So if you want to integrate Vision with generative AI, you can try out this. And we have Document Intelligence, which includes if you want to read invoices, you have this. If you want to get things from receipts, you have this. Then identify documents like uh, what are the things that's available, what are the passport, the driver license, you can get it. If you want to extract information from insurance card, you have it. US tax forms, that makes it very simple for accountants out there to get data from tax forms and mortgage forms, marriage certificates, credit card contracts, anything that you can imagine of. If you want to just generalize it, you get it out here. You can build custom models if it does not work for you. We also have face detection, which is quite common out there. And if you want to create an application using this, you have it out here. If you want to have image analysis using image search, tag extraction, OCR, which is get uh, things which are written or printed on images, it's there. If you want image captioning, it's also there. Now you might say we don't have a studio for this. Yes, we have a studio. So I say we have a Vision Studio. So this is our Vision Studio, which is named portal.vision.cognitive.azure.com. Too many things out there, but you can just go to AI Studio and that will guide you through. So let's let it load. Till the time it's loading, let's also get the thing out, which is document intelligence. So document intelligence, you can try it out. Demos out here. You can get like documentation if you need. Videos is there and Q&A. It's taking a bit of time to load. I don't know why, but let's just wait for a second. Okay, it's taking a bit of time. Till that time, let's go to the language and translator service. So, language and translator service is out here. Now, in case you want to get PII, which is personal identifiable information of an individual from a particular document, you can get it. If you want to summarize your text, you can try this. If you want document translation, you have it out here. If you want to explore other capabilities like sentiment analysis, doc summarization, text translator in batch, and many more things, you get it all out there. So this is the language studio, which you can see out here. It has summarized information, post call transcription analytics, so that you better understand your customers that's out there. If you want to extract information, you get extract key phrases, PII, linked entities, named entities. This is particularly suitable when you have a chatbot or something like that, through which you want to get data information for your recommendation. Then classify text. If you want to classify the text based on language, sentiment, you get it. If you want to create a Q&A chatbot, you can just do it out here. There is not much to it. Uh, you can explore it out there on your own and summarize text. If you want to summarize the information, like in short does in a pretty good manner, you can do it and translate text. So all the things that you can imagine using language, it's out there. And if you want, you can build custom models in each and every section of it so that you work on the way that you want. Now we have the Azure AI Vision Studio also ready. So it has a lot of things. So if you want to have video retrieval and summary, you get it that okay, there's a spill liquid. Please, shopkeeper or maybe a robot, come and clean it. Recognize products on shelves. You must have heard about AR and VR. You can integrate through it. Customize model with images. Search photos with image retrieval. There's tons of it. I can't cover it all alone, but yes, there's tons of it. And you have OCR, spatial analysis, which I told you right now. This is effectively for AR and VR applications that you can build all around, or maybe something for the disabled people out there when you have this out there. Just a hint. You can have detect faces, liveliness, whether a person is actually live and real or not. Through this image analysis, you have the complete things out there that can be done using images. Pretty cool, right? So it's your AI Vision Studio for you. Now, have we completed everything about AI Studio? No, it's not. We also take care of the responsible AI, which you might have heard of, because we don't want something that's not safe. And therefore, we also understand that there are applications which you want to build for your content safety. And therefore, we have this for you. You can moderate text, content, groundness detection, protected material detection, and prompt shields. You will also get moderate image content and multimodal because of the things that's out there. So you can just safeguard your application using this. Now, we got everything about AI services. Is there any more that Azure AI Studio offers to you? Do you think so? Yes, it does. So it offers you with Azure Open AI. So Azure Open AI, you all must be more than happy to use it. It has a very good accuracy and the results are just mind blowing. So you can just create your own model catalog. You can just get it from here, choose the things that you want, and use it. You can also have your prompt catalogs. So in case you are just a bit a kind of a person who doesn't want to work much, You have the prompts available from the experts out there, the prompt engineers, if you have heard of, ready for you. You can just get your filters right, and boom, you get all the prompts ready. You have the resource key, you have the quota. So yes, everything has a quota for you. You don't have, you actually can't use it unlimitedly. You need a quota, and that's safe, because it might happen that some people create applications that go crazy, and uh, things are out of the way. So yes, everything has a quota, and you can get it out here. You can just select your region and everything and get it. Cool. So this was Azure AI Studio, available for you. And this sums up all. But you said you are going to create an application, and this was our code. But how do we translate text? And is the application running? So how to run the application is just type flask run, press enter, and open in browser. So this is up and running. Now we want to just translate the text. So as you can see, there is no model out there. We are not doing something with a model. But how is it that we are going to translate text? So here you go with our service in Language Studio, translate text option, and you have the document translation out there. You have the customized translation out there. But since you've already got the shorter way, let me take you to the Azure portal and work you around how you can go around with Azure portal, because everything, all of this that you see comes down to the Azure portal. Cool. So let's go there. So I told you that you click on create a resource and this page will come up. Now I want to create a translator service. So I just type in translate and press enter. It shows me an option which goes to the marketplace. Let's load it. And you have this translator service by Microsoft Azure service. Just click on it. It's loading. And this is the Azure Translator service. You can just get the plans, usage information, support, the ratings, and the review. Now, if you want to just create it, you can just click on create. You need to enter the subscription. So the subscription that you want to use. You need to choose a resource group. So resource group is like a group of resources which you want to monitor together. So you can just choose one. The region, so in which region you want, this should be closest to your most of the customers that's out there. The name and the pricing tier, you can get the full pricing details by clicking over there. And it's like you can work around with free one. It mostly works well and good, but in case you want something more, there's S1 pay as you go, and then commitment tiers, which is for companies out there. And this requires a lot of more things. Then if you have a volume thing, you get a lot of discounts, so please do check it out in case you're planning to build a startup out there. Once you have filled all of this, you can just go to network. If you want to just set it for your LAN or MAN or WAN, you get it out there. And if you want to just keep it for all network that can be accessed to the internet, you have it out there. You, if you want, you can create IAM policies, give it tags for easy checking and billing services, and then click on review and create. So I'm not just filling it out right now because I already have a resource created for you. So once you've created it, how you can check it out? It will come in your recent, or you can go to your resource group, click on the resource that's out there. So let's click on Eduvers, and you will get this translator service out there. Click on it. So this is the resource that's created under translator service, and you can get everything out there. So you can try it out here. Suppose I type hi, how are you doing, and it's converting it into Spanish. And this is how you have to set the request. This is how you'll get the response. So it becomes much yeah, easier for you to get how it works. Now you have the sample code out there. You can check out the sample code. It's there in C hash, Go, Java, Node.js, and Python. Very simple, right? You can also click on insert my keys and region so that you don't have to again work on it, and it does it for you. If you want to monitor, you can just monitor the request latency, the errors, the characters translated, and characters trained. You can get it, show data for the last 30 days, and so. So as you can see, it shows the data, request latency, the errors, there are no errors, characters translated, and the characters trained. Now you can get the activity log out here, and this is not only for translator service. All the AI services has all of this out there for you. You can set IAM policies again, change it. You'll get keys and endpoints out here, which will be used to translate the text. And this is the most important. Please don't share your keys with anyone out there because then you'll be charged for it. You can get your encryption. You can choose your pricing tier and upgrade it based on your requirements anytime that you want. So I'm keeping it for free right now. You can choose anything from here. Then there's networking. In case you want to set up the network, you can do it. In case you want to set identity, you get it. If you want to analyze the cost, you can click on this tab and get your cost analyzed of this particular service. It shows you a very short animator manner, but since it's a free service that I'm using right now, it won't show you anything as such because it's a free service in the free tier. Let it load, and it will show no quest reports. You can set up properties based on your thing, and you can set up locks. If you want, you can get alerts in case something goes wrong or haywire when you want to set up something. Metrics is for getting the metrics of each and everything that's going around, and you can create a dashboard out there. You can get logs in case you want your developers to check it out that what went wrong and will be reported to us. So yeah, we got it all, and we also got the Python code and have we included it? Yes. So key endpoint location, just add it. This is where you need to add it, but since we care about security, go to .env and add it out here in key, endpoint, and location, and will automatically get it out there in this particular file so that you don't have to think around of the security because .env does not go until you have specifically allowed it in your GitHub. Cool. Now you can set the path of how you want to translate it, the two parameter of the target language, construct the URL with all of this combined together, then headers, which are the things that you need to send along with the URL for easy translation. As we saw, the body just requires the text, the original text, and calling the service, which we have, retrieving the response, getting the text from there, which you saw right now in the overview as this. Translation, it's under translation under text. So we are getting this from there and just send it out there to results.html, which we'll see how it looks right now. Now let's say, okay, we are returning and rendering a template. Where is the template? So this is in a templates folder. It's very simple. It's a pretty simple HTML page and it renders everything that you send it out there from here. Nothing much. Now, going back to the place of our translator service, let's type something. I want to convert to German, and I just type, uh, it was great interacting with you all. Let's innovate. And I click on this translate service. When I click on translate, it will send this request uh, uh, out there using this particular thing and call this API. When this is sent, we get the response, we translate it and get the thing and render it using the results.html. Now let's do it. So I click on translate and it says original text was this. Translated text is Es war Grobarchak mit Ouch allen zu Intergen lassen Sie uns innovative sing and target language code. You can click on try another one and it will do it for you. Pretty cool. Going back to our PPT, and this was translator service for you, and it's part of the cognitive service. So it's a part of the AI service thing. To call the translator service, as we said, you need a key and a region. It should never be stored in your source code. And now, as you've learned Azure, we can conquer the world. You create a translator service, and in case you want the complete GitHub code, scan this QR code and you'll get to the GitHub repository. You can just clone it up there, and maybe if you like it, give it a star. Done. And this is how you went through. You obtain translator service key, create the .ini file, store it, and then add the code to call the service, which we saw right now, and create a template to display the results. We tested the page and it's working great. Now, what is the name of the HTTP header that carries API keys and calls to Azure Cognitive Service? Guess what it is? Go back to the code, check it. It's OCP APIM subscription key. So this is your answer. Now, coming up to the summary of it and how it worked. You can get to deploy this website using Azure, connect the IoT devices using Azure Community Service, using Azure Functions. And if you want to create machine learning models of your own, you can do it. And for more resources, you can just scan this QR code or go to https://bit.ly/AI for other resources, including visions, speech, text, everything that you can imagine of. Since it was a very short session, I couldn't cover it all. But yes, I hope you've got an idea about Asia or AI Studio and you can go about through it. So in this workshop, you learn the core concepts of building websites in Python by using the Flask framework. You came, you saw, and you coded. In case you like this session, please share your feedback. And in case you have anything that I should improve upon, just let me know out so that I can work upon it. Thank you everyone for joining in today, and especially for on a Sunday morning. And in case you have any doubts, please do feel free to pick me up. Now let's